Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a super quick little knife review slash knife overview to share with you guys. This is the Civivi Kite Fin. This is the less expensive version of the Kite Fin, of course. The Wii Kite Fin is titanium, and I think probably 20 CV or M390, and it's quite a bit more expensive. This is the Civivi version, so we have aluminum and 14C28N. Now, here lately, Civivi's been coming out with a lot of stuff that the price is just kind of like, what the heck? This I didn't think was so bad. I'll link it down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want to. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to Civivi for sending this in. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Let's go ahead and get through specs here real quick. Overall length of the button lock Kite Fin coming in at 7.5 inches, blade length 3.25, and cutting edge about 2.75. Let's do some size comparisons. Any custom scales you find in this section can be found down in the description under Original Goat and Others. So up against the my own Excalibur here, the full size and the mini. It's actually exactly the same overall length as my mini Excalibur and has somewhat similar ergonomic lines, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put it up against the Spyderco PM2. And the Spyderco Para 3. Definitely closer to the size of the Para 3, just a little bit more narrow and compact. And then finally, let's put it up against the Benchmade Griptilian, or in this case, the Ritter Hogue and the Hogue Deca. How's the action? It's a Civivi button lock. Typically, the Civivi and Wii knives do some of the best button locks on the market. The plunge lock, in this case, is actually acting as the detent. A better version of a button-operated lock, in my opinion, is like a button-operated liner lock or frame lock, or, you know, best of all, the top liner lock or you know, button-operated compression lock, which technically is a different thing. It's absolutely, not technically, it is a different thing. All of them are better than plunge locks, both in terms of reliability and in terms of just satisfaction as a detent. But Civivi does this very well. It's a lighter detent, but it's enough to flip it. You can also just push the button and sort of whip the blade out if you want to. Push button or light switch, it's exactly what you'd expect. It does have a little bit of that, what I used to call plunge drag. And I started to point that out, like this is a big problem. The truth is that when you have a situation where you're pushing the button down and you kind of have to find a sweet spot, you don't want to push it too hard because then it stops it, and you don't want to not push it enough because it also kind of doesn't want to let it go. A lot of times right out of the box, these plunge lock knives have this weird draggy zone where they just don't quite want to drop. And after, like, I don't know, you can put you know, maybe a drop of KPL in there. You don't want it on the actual engagement surface between the plunge lock and, you know, the lock surface. But they could help speed it up. But truthfully, it doesn't take too many deployments, and it starts to just sort of operate exactly the right way. So this one is still breaking in a little bit. And that's because it really is still very, very much brand new. My carry experience with this is largely similar to the sea of other products that Civivi offers that are essentially the same type of thing, right? So not really anything to gain from carrying this for more than a day or two. But yeah, the plunge lock, what I'm saying is that eventually this will sort of break in and it'll be consistently fall shut, and you won't have that sort of dragging on the surfaces. But anyways, let's go ahead and do carry profile. Thickness on the up against the Spyderco Para 3, it's about the same. Length and height up against the PM2 and Para 3. This is a nice, lightweight, compact object that will fit in pretty much any type of pocket. I mean, even athletic shorts, it's very lightweight and small, so easy to carry. What are we looking at for materials? Like I said, we're looking at aluminum. This is kind of a purple gray, which is kind of a satisfying color. And then we have this sort of, you know, PVD black washed blade in 14C28N, which is, that is the flavor, that's everybody's favorite flavor of budget steel right now. And it is a good budget steel, definitely. We'll go ahead and weigh it. Is there milling for weight reduction? I actually never checked. No, there's not. It's solid aluminum, but that typically does not matter. 2.8 ounces, that puts it at ultra lightweight, anything under 3 ounces, so that's awesome. And your balance is a little bit back from the center point of the primary index finger position. We'll go ahead and do a hardware check. I'll get out my tools. As per usual, my tools are very inexpensive and very recommendable. You can find them right down in the section of my description that talks about the tools I use in this channel. This is a T8, sorry, I just couldn't see it there. T8, and I do like that Civivi is permanently migrated to T8 hardware across the board, except for the pocket clip screws, which are T6. I know that's confusing because this is acting as a filler screw for one of the holes on this side, but T6 on the pocket clip itself, and then the frame screws are T8. Of course, this would be flip-flopped if you flipped it over. Anyways, very easy to take apart and put back together as long as you have the right tools for the job. You'll be good to go. Let's go ahead and measure the blade stock thickness here and see how thin we're looking. Sorry, I was having to change that. The blade stock thickness is coming in at 115 thousandths. All right, meat and potatoes time. I think this actually works better. I don't remember, too much about my frame lock review on this knife, but it is a more narrow body. So while usually I personally prefer a frame lock over a button lock, there are some, there's some variables to that. If we get a frame that's really narrow like this, I don't like frame locks at all. I like pretty much any lock except for a frame lock because then I don't have to worry about like where I'm putting my fingers while I'm deploying it. And now I'm trying to imagine this as a frame lock. I think I might have a little bit of an issue trying to, like constantly remember like, oh yeah, I got a cat's paw, so I keep my finger off of the frame lock. So honestly, the button lock on this thing, which is very clearly a light to medium duty pocket knife, right? We're not going to be taking this thing out and hard using it. We're just going to be using it casually. This is a regular EDC knife, and it works perfectly. It's exactly what you'd expect. Ergonomic lines are good. The pocket clip is the Civivi pocket clip, so you can feel that little bill sticking up a little bit, but it's not bad. Choke up spot, also good. Really enjoy that. I think the jimping probably could have extended slightly further, but it's not a big deal. Civivi, known for one of the best factory edges in the industry. I mean, man, their factory edges are awesome. Their heat treatments are not usually, the absolute best. Their heat treatments are kind of meh, but when they do a hollow grind and then they do their factory edge, the cutting ability on these things is absolutely wicked. I am reminded of that every time I carry a Civivi knife with a thin hollow ground blade. It is just an unbelievable slicer. It is crazy, and this belongs in that category as well. Very, very thin, very slicey. In fact, I'll get a little piece of, I like this paper to demonstrate, this yellow paper to demonstrate the slicing abilities of some of these knives, because I think it's just, it paints a better picture than the printer paper, right? Obviously, your experience is going to vary depending on what it is that you're cutting, but man, this thing is just like a lightsaber. It's crazy. I really, really enjoy Civivi's factory edge. It's like I said, their prices are getting a little bonkers. It's getting a little ridiculous. Every now and then they release stuff like this. It's like, oh, okay, that's all right. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they don't have some of the best like slicing geometry and factory edge work at this end of the industry. It's just really, really amazing. So yeah. Anyways, looks fine. I don't prefer the black wash, but you have a couple different options. I think there might be a G10 option. I can't remember if they're all aluminum or if some of them are G10 in micarta. They like to kind of rotate those materials. Personally, I think aluminum feels pretty good, right? It kind of feels a little bit more premium than a standard budget knife. I also want to point out that this particular plunge lock, like this is something that I really appreciate with Civivi and WE knives, is because the plunge lock is acting as the detent. That's usually the area where the button lock doesn't feel so good, both on, closing the blade and deploying. But as you can see here, Civivi does a very, very good job with that. That's really nice. That's really nice. I like that. Nothing fancy going on here, just a little groove carved through the center. That's nice. It would otherwise be, kind of a lackluster area. Heavy chamfers here on the edges. You have a mounting position for the locket. The locket click is, I think is what I was going to say, the pocket clip. The pocket clip for lefty carry, so that's great. Lefties, you'll just be using your index finger to push the button. Watch out when you're in the choked up position. You could accidentally disengage it just by squeezing it since you're contacting that button there. But you do have the option to mount the pocket clip optimally for yourself, so that's good. In and out of the pocket, very easy, right? Typical Civivi pocket clip. You have a stop pin located in its traditional position. Lots of shouldering. No blade play up, down, left, or right. Little tiny bit of lock stick. That'll probably clear up over time. There's no pivot lash. Very smooth and consistent in here. Like I said, nice clicky detent. And this has remained centered, which is what I expect with no detent lash. This knife is $69, giggity. Is that the best price? No. Is it a bad price? Absolutely not. I think it's actually one of their better deals as far as this combination of material and, Civivi knives in general. They have a lot of knives that are almost exactly like this, but this one in particular, I think the Kite Fin just really works well. It's not doing anything new or special. Really, the best thing about this knife is the design mixed with Civivi's fantastic ability to create a hollow ground edge and then like the factory edge on it. A hollow grind with their incredible factory edge on it. I mean, the total combination of those things, the full package here, is what's making it, generally speaking, a recommendable knife. You can get knives that are utilizing the same materials for less, but they won't have that Civivi edge on it, right? So for some people, this is going to be worth it. This is a great EDC knife. Nothing that I'm going to say, you need to be kicking indoors to get this, but it's a good knife. If you choose this knife, I think you chose correctly, or you chose a good knife, right? Generally speaking, recommendable knife. So this is going to go on my cheap knives I like playlist because it is under $75. That's it today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have I burped. Lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.